I'm going to get into why I left Chicago before I get into the how. Um, I grew up in Chicago. I lived there all 30 years, so my whole life. And it came to a certain point where I just didn't see it as home anymore. Um, there was always this lingering, oppressive feeling in the atmosphere. Wherever you went, at least in my experience, the energy always felt negative. It always felt, like I said, very oppressive. And wherever I went. And after the pandemic, maybe even before, like, no place in Chicago was spared. The downtown north side started to be affected too by looting, all sorts of violent crime, carjackings, robberies, all of that. And so, like, and then started going down to the suburbs. So, like, nowhere you went, it was safe. And for me, I was never a victim of any violent crime in Chicago, thankfully, while I lived there. But I did experience homelessness many times in Chicago. And so being homeless in Chicago is, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just really bad. And it's just, the resources weren't that great either. And so that's just one of the reasons why I left, because I couldn't continue to be homeless in that city. And I felt like if I stayed, I eventually would have become a victim of some sort of crime, because of how vulnerable I was. And just like I said, the resources, they were there. But, since it's a Democratic state, there were a lot more resources and social services than here in Florida. But they were just bad. The resources that they did have, they were bad. And, then I'm going to talk about the leadership, so-called leadership, in part two.